welcome back to the Enhancement Shaman Immediate Guide. No expert guide on this spec because I don't know that much about it. If I ever learn anything about it, I will add it to it later, but until then, 2 guides is enough for this spec. As I stated before, Enhancement Shamans are really good and they're really rhythmic. You have a nice flow until you get procs and it's really hectic. We're going to go over the artifact weapon today, which is the Doomhammer. Or, as the ability is, Doom Winds. Unleash the inner power of Doomhammer, causing all auto attacks to trigger Wind Fury, and increase your damage dealt by Wind Fury by 200%. That's a lot of Maelstrom generation. This is the reason why you don't take Ascendants, because the Maelstrom generation is just so much higher with both those, you won't be able to dump up fast enough, so that's like kind of bad. But anyway, that's your ability. Just this little thing, and it just does this. Yep. That's it. And as for your path of taking, I don't have this completed yet, so I'm going to tell you guys what to take and what path to take. First off, you're going to grab the Hammer of Storms, everyone else does. Gathering Maelstrom, which is a lot better. Then you go up to Weapons of the Elements, grab Alpha Wolf. Then go grab Elemental Healing, Raging Storms, Spirit of Maelstrom, and then grab Unleashed Doom. Then go up, grab Doom Wolves, go down and grab Spiritual Healing, Storm Fury, Forged in Lava, and then Doom Vortex. Along the way, you might want to go over and grab Gathering Storms for AoE, Wind Strikes, Wind Surge, and that's about it. And you're done. And then you just dump into 5% increased damage. Any kind of recommendation for relics? No, sorry. Relics are just kind of meh at the moment, which is kind of fine. Currently, I'm just rocking 1 for this, 1 for this, and I think 1 for this. So we're fine. We're fine. This changes the rotation up a little bit when you go into combat. You go into combat, you gotta go up, and you buff yourself, then pop Doom Winds. And just make sure you use Doomhammer off on cooldown whenever you can during a boss fight. And I'm also going to go over a bit of defensives you should really keep in mind, especially with the totem placements for these 3. Shift 6 and Shift 5 have my totems. As you see, Windrush Totem have a huge AoE compared to Surge Totem. As per a good thing to example of, since we're here on Pandaland, as you see the squares, the entire square is 3x3. So this 3x3 square, smack dab in the middle, is basically what you hit with this. This is about the same, but has the ability to clip to this end. So hitting allies within this end is a lot better than hitting enemies in this end. Your best bet is to put it in the middle of the enemy group, or just off to the side. If you're fighting an enemy that has a tendency to jump away, your best bet is to stun that group, and then run over to that guy and hit him. As for Windrush Totem, there's a bit of a problem with this. You're going to need to be like middle of the pack, put it ahead of the pack so they walk into it. Because as long as they remain inside of it, they will get a permanent buff. See? I went from there, or all the way from there to here in that time. It's a good few seconds shaved off my normal time of just me casually walking. It's a 2-minute cooldown, that's fine. It's not that really bad. The reason is you start at the beginning, and as soon as you leave it, you get the refresh. Because as long as you stay in it, you're refreshed. So that's the idea of it. Another thing you need to keep in mind is your hex targets. Hexing some targets are better than hexing others. For example, if you're in Natharion's lair and you have those stupid stone chuckers, hex the stone chuckers before you hex the bigger ones. It reduces damage by so much, because they are the ones that do the damage, because no one really hits them. Another thing is, know when to Bloodlust. This goes for all shamans too. Bloodlust has a long cooldown for the chance you could use it again, though. It's not a short cooldown for you can use it again on yourself, but it has a long cooldown for the debuff. So if you're going through, let's say, a mythic, and you have to go through a lot of trash mobs to get to your target, know how much time it's going to take per trash mob to kill. If there's 10 trash mobs and it's going to take you a minute to clear each trash mob, it's a 10-minute cooldown. It's going to be, you're back. But in Mythic Pluses, you're only going to be able to pop 3. At max 2. So if you have to pop it, pop 1 at the last boss, and maybe pop 1 in one of the other bosses in the middle. Like in Eye of Azhar, we have to go with Warlord Azhar, the big Naga chick, Serpentine, Deep King, and then the Wrath. I would pop on Serpentine, skip the chick that's going to give you the wins, kill her, Deepbeard, and then you should be able to pop it on Eye. And if you're in Natharion's lair, because Natharion's lair only has 4 bosses, I'd pop on maybe the first one, and then the last one. The Serpent chick, maybe you want to pop in before Dalgrul, but I wouldn't recommend it. Serpent is really annoying if you don't get the ads. And the guy with the totems is just, you gotta just keep an eye on the totems. It's not that hard. Anything else for Enhancement Shamans? There's a lot of cool things you can do. You can purge debuffs off enemies, which is really good. You can cleanse diseases from yourself and a friendly target. The fact is that you can go fast. Like if you're in Ghost Wolf form, let's just say you go into Ghost Wolf, and you wait, a couple seconds, you're running to the next area. Just running around, casually just running. And let's say you have the bosses like right there, and you get out of Ghost Wolf form. You're fine. And then you just go here, and speed up. If you need to get away from something, like the disease in Saranex, Ghost Wolf will run away, because you get Maelstrom then. I'm going to recommend some gear you can get. I would get at least 35% haste, 20% crit, and then 50% mastery. Your mastery scales perfectly with itself, but it also has a downside of not scaling too hard with your chance to trigger Stormbringer. Get it to 10% and then you're fine. Haste, the lower GCD the better. GCD is your main fighter when you're fighting Enhancement Shamans. If you have a low GCD, you're fine. High GCD, you're just shit tier. I mean, you have a lot of utility as a shaman, you're really great as a shaman, and you have a lot of options to do stuff. You have Hex, you have Purge, we have Healing ourselves, we can take less damage, we can scout areas. That's probably useless. We have a Revive! Yay! Revives are good. Comet Res is a bit better though. We have a speed buff we can get on ourselves, it's really great. If this helped a little bit more than it should, thank you all. This has been the Intermediate Guide for Enhancement Shaman. I will see you next time for Arms Warrior, my little pet spec. So, I'll see you next time. And remember, keep rocking.